It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That's American Dog from the Scars and Bars release was She Ain't Real Pretty, but She's All I Got. And he ain't real pretty, but, well, he's all I got. My good friend, Chris Aiken.
Howdy.
I hear you're on your deathbed, my friend.
Not feeling great, but I'm gonna do my best to tough it out tonight.
So your illness kept you indoors last night, and it's kept you on the couch today.
That is true. Literally got up 10 minutes ago for the first time today.
Well, you know, I've been messing around here in the CMS studio, and with all these storms rolling through here this week, it just did some fucky things to the studio computers.
Well, that's always good. Nothing like going into the show and having all the computers acting like fucking 10 years ago.
Well, not only did it, shut them down, but starting them back up, all my icons are all rearranged, and nothing is in the place it used to be, and it just kind of, the settings were all different, and
that's always pleasant.
It's just really strange.
Yeah, well, fucking weather.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to the CMS server, but it got switched over into Q mode, and I don't think the Rock and Metal Revival played.
Well, that's good.
I don't know. I don't think it did. But I was listening to the CMS radio network today, so it happened sometime this afternoon.
It's weird.
I
don't know, and I didn't log into it at any point today, so I know it wasn't me.
Very odd.
Yes, sir.
But we're all good now.
Yes.
So, Mr. Aiken.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to tough it out for 6 hours?
I'm gonna try to. I've already got some beers rolling, so hopefully.
Oh, you're fluish and feverish, but you're drinking beers?
Of course.
Wow.
I got to make it work.
Apparently.
It was between wine or beers, and I figured I'll try beers.
Well, I think probably beers would be better for you. I think wine would be a little too rich. It just might make you puke.
Yeah, so I'm just going with beers, and I'll get a little buzz going, and I'll be fine.
Okay. Well, what do we got on the show tonight?
We have a guitarist that has been trying to get on for like 2 months and just never had anything to promote until now. Is this guitarist Xander Demos or Demos? I don't even know how to say it. We'll have to ask him that. But he is a guitar player that's like one of these virtuoso guys that's out there.
Okay.
And he recently tagged in with our good buddy James Rivera, and he's in the James Rivera band.
Nice.
The U.S. version of it. So we'll be talking to Xander to get a feel for what he's all about, and how he got into working with James, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And then we're gonna something that you and I have talked about forever and ever, and we finally got somebody to step up and do it, and that is somebody that we've kind of ripped on in the past that reached out and said, you know what, I'd like to come on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that would be from Insane Realm Radio. That would be Jack Antonio. You remember him?
Oh, yeah. The guy who sounds like Sebastian Bach when he talks.
Yeah, the guy from Chilliwack. The guy that we said was interviewing himself.
Right, exactly.
Well, he's willing to come on and, laugh about the show that we did and talk a little bit about his show. And, as we tell everybody, if they come on and just play, realize that we're just fucking two douchebags playing around and play along with us, we're more than happy to help them promote their shit.
Yeah, and if we actually like them, we may even throw an invite out to them to be a part of the network or something.
Yeah, absolutely, man. There's no, as I've told him, behind the scenes, me and you are just two silly douchebags.
Yeah, we're just two silly guys just doing some silly stuff.
Yeah, we don't have any real animosity, so. He was willing to come on and, if nothing else, spread the word for his show, and I'm more than willing to let him.
Well, we're always willing to play along with those who will play with us.
Yep, that's it. So that's what we're doing.
Well, good. I'm glad that, what's his name again, Mr. Antonio?
Yeah, Jack Antonio.
Jack Antonio. He, like many others have not, are willing to go, you know what? These guys dogged on me a little bit, but they've invited me on. I'm coming on, and believe us, Mr. Antonio, our fans will love you and embrace you for that.
I would think so. And if nothing else, he'll get, 500 new people that'll hear of him, when the podcast goes.
Exactly.
So nothing wrong with that.
Right. Well, speaking of the podcast.
Yeah.
We're up at 73,000 on the Spreaker just since our 50,000 mark.
Which was what, like a month ago?
It was the 1st of June.
Wow. Month and a half.
So excuse me. So basically, in a month and a half, we've almost had a quarter
25,000.
Yeah, 25,000 listens.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, in a month and a half.
That's pretty decent. And that's just on Spreaker.
That's just Spreaker.
And since we've pretty much figured out that iTunes is 4 times that.
Right.
That would mean that we've done what? 125,000 roughly in a month and a half?
Yeah, a month and a half.
I guess people like what we're doing. Shit.
Well, we're dinosaurs, though.
We are. People just like that morning zoo radio, apparently.
It's morning zoo. Well, speaking of morning zoo.
Yes.
And being dinosaurs and, the classic metal show and people liking what we do. I was able to find the message from our mysterious guest from beyond.
Oh, Cerberus? Cerberus checked in on what? The
Rock and Roll Geek Metal Podcast Show or something like that.
Dude, it's the Rock and Roll Geek Show. Get it right.
I know.
And it's at therockandrollgeekshow.com.
Right.
If anybody wants to check it out online.
Sure. So anyway, apparently Cerberus has stopped in over there and left a message. So we'll listen to that.
Well, that's good. Dude, it's been quite the week for the show, hasn't it?
It has. We've gotten, well, let me back up here. Starting with our beloved Veronica.
Mm-hmm.
She is.
By beloved, you mean big boobs.
She is a major fan now of Natalie's World.
Oh, who's not?
She loves the Natalie's World segment. 2 weeks ago when I was with her, we listened to it 2.5 times.
Okay.
She listened to it again this week, like twice.
Okay.
Then she listened to the Jeff Pilson thing, No Teeth or Nails here of the TNN, or TNN, is it? Tooth and Nail?
Uh-huh.
And she listened to that again. Well, looking for something fresh, she directed her attention to the Bret Michaels Playing Badly with Friends.
Okay.
And she was texting me, "Oh my God, what is he doing? This is horrible. He's got all these cool guests and this is horrible. What is he doing?"
That's too funny.
And I said, how come this doesn't piss you off and the Jeff Pilson thing pissed you off?
Because we know him.
Yeah, exactly. But she must have hit me through a good part of the day, I think Wednesday or Thursday. Oh my God, what is he doing? This is so horrible.
And by hit you, do you mean sucked your cock?
No.
No?
Via the text.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Is that what you're calling it these days?
Yeah, via the text.
You're hitting the V through a text? What?
Right. Yes. That's what I'm doing.
I'll bet.
I am. So anyway, now she's a major fan.
Awesome.
Of the podcasting thing.
And we are major fans of the new Benedictum music.
Yes, we are.
Holy shit.
Well, she is out gigging tonight in Phoenix, I guess. She's Benedictum is playing a show tonight.
So we're going to break the rules while she can't listen and play the new stuff.
Yeah, right.
Damn it. Let's try it.
And so we were chatting, and she wants to hook up. Well, speaking of James Rivera, she wants to hook up with James Rivera's Dio tribute thing because she feels as what she's done with the Dio stuff, she believes that she treats it just how do I want to say it? She give you know what I'm trying to say. She
does it justice.
Yes, that's the word. That's what I'm trying to say. And she thinks that if she hooked up with like James Rivera, and doing like a Dio tribute thing,
I don't know. If I was you, I wouldn't want to hear about her hooking up with anybody. That's your property, Ben.
My property.
That's your property, man. That's a lot of udders to be sharing.
Right. Right. My property.
It sure is.
Mm-hmm. I don't think the V can be owned.
Oh, but it could be tamed.
Nice. Nice.
And Lord knows there's plenty of us volunteering to tame that V.
Right. Right. So anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. What else was one of the highlights? Oh yeah, Neely's new girlfriend.
Yeah, Neely's new girlfriend got some love.
That got like 600 listens this week alone. It's like, what?
So stupid. You know what got a lot of love this week?
What?
The Geoff Tate interview.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Dude, Brian Tichy.
Yes.
From Jeff's current band.
Yes.
Reposted our link today.
Really?
Yeah. On Facebook. Because I'm friends with Brian on Facebook.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I saw this post and it said, something about Geoff Tate doing a drum solo, or happy he's got a drummer that can do a drum solo. And it just had a note from him that said, "Thanks, Geoff." And I looked at the link and it was to our Spreaker.
Nice.
I was like, Jesus, this thing's never going to die. We got all kinds of attention this week for the Tate interview.
Yeah, you did.
Well, it wasn't me. It's us.
Well,
it's our show.
Sure.
It's
Sure.
not mine.
Well, also it got more discussion over there at the breakdown room.
Over in the breakdown room.
Over at anybodylistening.net. Yeah. I noticed that the discussion continued over there.
I haven't looked over there not one time this week. Are we still getting beat up or what?
No, it had nothing to do with us getting beat up. It was, again, the integrity of the answers.
Oh, well, whatever. Glad that we could please the breakdown room.
But anyway, still talking over there.
Well, good. Keep it up.
And then let me see what else was in the on my list there. My coworker.
Yeah.
Again, all week long, every half hour, 45 minutes, coming over to basically regurgitate something he just heard.
That is so funny that Explain Me is just like totally into the show.
He just loves it.
What's he going to do when you leave that place?
Well, he'll still have something to listen to.
Yeah, but then you'll get like 40 texts a day.
Yeah, he goes, "Oh my God, dude."
Too funny.
Yep. But everybody, I think the one that got the most comment to me personally was the Bret Michaels.
Why? Why that one?
Because of the guest, and why is he covering his own songs, and why is he doing this, and what's the purpose, and this is awful, and there's just no reason for it, and there's no quality here.
Well, there's definitely no quality. It is god awful, but that's why we're happy to highlight it, so that hopefully our fans won't waste their money on that hunk of shit.
Right. So anyway, I'm enjoying the Spreaker. I listened to it through the week, and people have commented, text, called, spoke to me about, "Oh, you guys, I'm telling you guys." How do you think of that stuff?
Yeah.
So anyway, enough of our own patting ourselves on the back.
Yeah, we know we're great. Come on.
Right.
Look, Psycho Postman, the Eagles played here in Louisiana Saturday. Well, I saw them on Tuesday. And they were great.
So tell us a little bit about the Eagles. The fact
Are you
that
into them at all or no?
Too
mellow for you?
No, it's not that they're mellow. It's just they're okay. I mean, I don't dislike them. I've never gone out and bought a record or a CD or anything.
You must be the one, because goddamn, everybody knows the Eagles.
Well, I know them, but I don't own anything by them.
Yeah, no, they were fantastic. Seriously, might have been the best musical show I've ever seen in my life.
Sure.
They are fucking phenomenal. For a bunch of guys in their mid to late 60s, they fucking bring it, dude. And they sound as good now as they did 40 years ago.
Sure.
They are truly amazing live. I mean, truly, truly amazing live. And Joe Walsh, goddamn, the guy may be a fucking junkie and a drug addict and, drunk and everything else, but he fucking rules live.
Nice.
He absolutely stole the show, man, with guitars and with vocals. And it was just really, really good. Good show.
Right. Now, little trivia, and you may know the answer, and don't look it up.
All right, I won't.
Whose backup band were the Eagles before they became the Eagles?
I don't know the answer to this, but I'm going to guess by a story that they told that it would be Linda Ronstadt.
You're absolutely right, sir.
Because they told a story about how they were on tour in 1970 or whatever with Linda Ronstadt before they were the Eagles.
Sure.
So I'm just making an assumption.
There you go.
Look at me, paying attention during the show.
All right. So since we're on this, and this has nothing to do with the classic metal show, whose backup band was Toto?
Whose backup band was Toto?
Yes.
Chilliwack. I don't know.
Boz Scaggs.
Really?
Yep.
Didn't know that.
Who was Boz Scaggs backing up in a band before he broke out as a solo artist?
Is it bad that I really can't name a single Boz Scaggs song?
The Lido Shuffle, Breakdown,
I don't know either of those.
Lido, oh.
Boz Scaggs?
Yeah, that's Boz Scaggs.
I know that song.
Yeah, of course you do.
And he was in somebody else's band?
A famous band that still tours today.
Alan Parsons Project.
Well, it's in the same era. And it's close because it's named after a guy.
Oh, geez, I have no idea.
Steve Miller Band.
Oh, really?
No, really.
Cool.
So,
look at you, Mr. Classic Rock.
Yeah, look at Psycho Postman, Silk Degrees.
Silk Degrees.
Yeah, that's the name of an album. That's probably his biggest selling album.
Never heard it.
I bet you did.
You know that song. I know that song, Lido.
Yeah. So, I bet you know more. I know you listen to all kinds of stuff. I will bet you.
I probably know 15 of his songs and just don't
realize who it is. Yeah.
Probably true.
Sure.
Because I listen to more classic rock than I do, metal these days.
Look at Nathan. Stump the Neeley.
Stump the Neeley. Who's in your studio playing guitar tonight?
Yeah, I got Carmine Apiece here on drums tonight.
That's right.
Nice.
Talking about his singer was weak. That's why he turned into a woman.
Right. Plus, he was drumming for Eddie and the boys on that metal show a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
Look at Jackal One. I'm surprised Neeley hasn't broken up the Eagles yet.
Believe me, if it wouldn't take Neeley to break up the Eagles. I will say that about the show the other night. Those guys couldn't have looked more miserable if they tried. They just look like they fucking hate each other.
Really? Is that really the perception you had?
Absolutely. I know for a fact that they don't like each other.
So they basically can just put their differences aside, go out there, play some great music, and don't have to talk to each other.
I would bet anything that they don't speak to each other a word other than sound check and putting the set list together, which I'm sure they do once and do the same set every night, and when they're on stage. They don't interact at all with each other on stage.
Wow, that's interesting.
I mean, none. There was like one time where Joe Walsh and Don Henley got next to each other and were sort of jamming.
Yeah.
And there was one time that Glenn Fry and Timothy B. Schmidt sort of seemed like they might have said something to each other while they were playing.
Okay.
And the rest of the time, they're off in their own places on the stage, not saying shit to each other.
Really? Wow.
Dude, they do not like each other.
Yeah, but yet they can harmonize and play well together.
Well, you know what? When you have that kind of talent and you can make a mill 5 a night, you figure it out.
I guess so.
And I know for a fact that's how much they're pulling for each show, a mill 5.
Well, what are the average ticket costs? It's like $100 and some a piece, right?
Oh, they're expensive. Dude, the tickets, we had great seats. We were in club seats at the Gund, or whatever it's called today. Those were $250 a ticket.
So even in the nosebleed, you're probably paying about $100.
Oh yeah, I would think so.
And was the place sold out?
If it wasn't, it was close. It was packed.
Wow.
I mean, dude, getting out of Cleveland was a fucking nightmare. Because there was that, an Indians game, and The Lion King on Broadway or something.
Okay.
All downtown at the same time.
Sure.
Fucking A, man.
Wow.
It was we didn't get out until I got home at like 1 o'clock in the morning for a show that ended exactly at 11.
Nice.
But it was fun. I mean, I had a great time, and let's face it, a free $250 ticket to see one of my favorites ever. Yeah, I'll take that.
Now, with Matt being a newly married man,
yeah,
how is it that you accompanied him to that show?
His wife can't stand classic rock.
Really?
Hates it.
Oh man, you know what? And that's the whole thing. Matt is like a classic rock guy.
Yeah, well, but Matt's also kind of hipster. I mean, Matt listens to a lot of bullshit. You know, he just does. I mean, believe me, dude, I pick on Matt all the time for the faggy music he listens to.
Okay.
And he's definitely big into that whole fucking Billy Bragg and fucking Jesus and Mary Chain and, you know, pick some hipster bullshit, and he's probably got the fucking Roxy Music box set. And,
really?
You know, the best of Elvis Costello and all that shit, too. But, I mean, he enjoys the classic rock stuff. So a lot of the times when I do get to go to shows with Matt, it's the classic rock stuff because his chick's not going with him.
Sure.
You know, like when I went to see Blue Sky Riders, which is Kenny Loggins, she wasn't going to deal with that. And same with last year when I went with them to see Nugent and Styx and REO. Oh. That was why, because she wasn't going to see that. You know, so believe me, nothing made me happier than the fact that she has bad taste. It's made my night.
Well, you know, again, I don't know Matt's wife or anything, but what I find, I think I would find it very difficult to marry somebody that has, you know, none of the same music taste as I do.
Well, but they do. She's into that hipster shit.
Yeah, but does Matt really like dig on that?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, definitely does. I mean, Matt's sort of like me musically. He listens to everything.
Well, listening is one thing, but like having it to be a favorite of yours where you would, you know, spend money or make the effort to go to a show.
Yeah. But you know what, dude? I'm sort of like that too. I mean, look at my concerts in the last month. Kid Rock and LL Cool J and Ice Cube and the Eagles.
Sure.
You know, and next week Van Halen and Dokken and Rat. You know,
right.
Bad Vocalist Fest.
Right.
You know, I listen to pretty much everything, and I think I'm knowledgeable in most everything too. So, you know, on the same level as Matt with that kind of stuff. So I get it, I guess. And believe me, even if not, I'm glad that he did anyway, because it means I still get to go to all these classic rock shows for free.
Sure. Well, hey.
It's good for me.
Well, I know you're not complaining.
Not a bit.
Nice. Well, good for you. I'm glad you got to go see the Eagles. A very expensive ticket that didn't come out of your pocket.
Nope. Thank God for that.
Excellent. All right. Well, when are we going to talk to this Xander guy?
Xander is at 11. He'll be calling. Jack Antonio will be calling in 6 minutes.
Okay. Well, since Jack Antonio will be calling, and he did interview Whip.
Yeah.
Should we play some maybe Queensryche until he calls?
Yeah, we could play some Queensryche. Maybe some of that new Trouble for Jackal One, who's been dying to hear it all week. Dude, that Trouble record, I posted out there some, you know, my own personal notes on that Trouble record. Started a big old fucking war out there. People were very disappointed to hear my thoughts on the new Trouble.
Do I have it?
It's called I linked you to it. It's called like the Distortion Field.
Oh, I didn't know what that was. Okay.
That's the new Trouble.
All right.
And that features on vocals this time Kyle Thomas, who was the singer for Exhorter and Floodgate and, you know, bands like that.
Okay.
Another guy that's not a shrieker like everything else in the Trouble catalog.
Right.
So, it's kind of ugh.
All right. Well, we could probably do that.
Yeah, why not?
Sure. Anything for our fans.
That's right. We got to share for them so that they can either spend their money or not.
Right. Well, if you are listening to the Classic Metal Show live, we never did get to this, but we are in the Classic Metal Show chat room. Just go to chatandkill.com,
Right.
and pop in, be a part of the show. We'd be glad to have you. You know, it's just very easy to do it. Just make up a screen name and a password and pop in.
Right.
And, you know, we do take calls during the show sometimes, so I'll announce the number if we feel like talking to you tonight.
Which is very iffy.
Right. And then also, if you want to drop us an email, it's request at theclassicmetalshow.com. Request at theclassicmetalshow.com, and that way you can email us if you want to take the time to do that.
Sure.
Oh, here's something, and I briefly touched on this with you this week. I didn't really talk to you a lot, but I talked to our good friend Eric Braverman this week.
Yeah.
And he he's upset with you.
So I hear.
He just why is this Google Drive opening with all the individual songs?
I don't know.
Looking at this thing, but anyway, yeah, he feels
yeah
that you have ignored him and his correspondence.
Okay.
And I assured him that was not the case.
No.
And he said, well, Chris is a flake. He's flaked out on me. I've sent him numerous correspondence.
That's right.
And he has not responded back.
Okay.
And I basically said, well, I don't know anything about that. I'll have to take your word. No, you don't have to take my word.
Yeah.
I will send it to you. I will send over to you the correspondence that I've sent to Chris that he never replied to.
Yeah, and it proved me to be a flake, right?
And he sent me 3 emails that have been sent to you over basically a period of a month and a half.
Okay.
And all they were links to press about heavy metal television.
So they didn't say, hey, call me?
No, it didn't say, hey, Chris, I need you to call me, or I need you to do this or that for me, or I need to talk to you, or let's get together and discuss something, or nothing. Right. All it was just a link to a piece of, what do you want to call, press for heavy metal television.
Okay.
And if I got the same thing, I would have gone, okay, what do I do with this? Do I need to reply back, or do I just press the link and watch it, or what do I do?
I guess if you see Eric's name, you're just supposed to call.
I guess.
Hey, do you go? Just has nothing to do with this, but do you have your gun loaded?
No, I don't.
Because the verdict is in, and they're going to be reading the Trayvon Martin verdict here shortly.
On a Saturday?
On a Saturday.
Oh.
So for those that are listening that are living in any kind of a neighborhood, you might want to get your guns ready.
What do you anticipate the verdict to be?
Oh, the verdict's going to be guilty. It's going to be guilty.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Second-degree murder?
Yeah. Not because he is, but because people are afraid to fucking put him on the street. It only took a day. Guilty. I don't think they're going to give him second-degree murder. I think they're going to give him first-degree manslaughter.
Okay.
Which is one of the options that they have.
Sure.
They have the option of second-degree murder or first-degree manslaughter. So I'll bet you they go first-degree manslaughter, put him down for 15 years. And then then we could watch video for the next day and a half of people partying in the street about how the good, sweet child was fucking vindicated.
Right. Okay.
Like I said, though, just in case, get your guns ready.
Right.
Might need them tonight.
Okay, well, I'm surprised to hear that, but then again, I don't really follow that too closely.
Yeah, I haven't followed it very closely either. I just happened to pop on CNN real quick, and it says the verdict is in.
Really?
Decision coming soon.
Wow. Okay. Well, our new friend, is supposed to call, so I think I got time for one Queensryche song.
All right, hook that up.
Is he calling us, or are we calling him?
It's calling us.
Okay. Well, let me play a Queensryche tune, and we will come back, and we'll have Antonio.
Jack Antonio.
Oh, Jack. Why do I keep messing that up?
I don't know.
No disrespect to Jack Antonio. I'm just distracted here.
You're used to Antonio Nadir.
Something like that. All right. Got a Queensryche tune you'd like to hear?
I would like to hear You. What album is that from?
that would be Wasp, Kill Fuck Die.
Oh, You is from Here in the Now Frontier.
Really? Something off of that, huh?
I like that song.
Really?
I know that album sucks fucking, infant balls.
Yeah, I saw that tour and it was not good. Jeff was sick.
I saw it at the same place you did when Jeff was sick at Blossom.
And you know who opened up for them? Or do you remember?
Oh, it was some band that really didn't belong at all.
I know it off. I know the top of my head because I was like, what the hell are these guys doing here?
Is it like Tripping Daisy?
Yeah, it was Tripping Daisy. Yes, sir.
It was somebody that was just god awful.
Wow, your memory isn't as bad as you pretend it to be.
Oh, I remember stupid shit. and you know what else I remember is My Guys in Gear opened on the little stage.
Yes, I know, and they were throwing frisbees.
Yeah, we pressed 1,000 frisbees.
Yep, I do remember.
And we threw them all out there, and there was maybe 1,500 people. So.
Yeah, and it was a cold, wet spring day.
And Tate was getting bombed with fucking frisbees.
Yeah, I know. It's not good.
No, it was not the best idea.
I had second row seats for that.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yep.